happy to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you here. It's another episode of Evolving Through Experience, where we just discussing everything growth, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically and beyond, because there's no other option. We got to evolve, or what's the other option? None.
Nothing.
So evolving through experience, everybody. So we have a special guest, a great friend of mine. I know it's been a while since we connected, but we stayed in contact. I'm want to make sure the importance. I cover the importance of keeping relationships.
Yes.
Because that's very important. So Aliya Brooks.
Yeah.
We have her here. Many of you all may know her already. But we're gonna speak into why I say that, what she does.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Nah, for sure.
I'm
So you
glad to
remember
be
how we
here.
met exactly?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I know it was Howard, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and just see how we exactly met. I don't know, I know we was in a group, but you go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say what I do remember, because I don't remember details, but for sure it was my senior year. I don't know if it was your senior year.
I don't remember. It's so long.
Junior or senior year of high school, and it was at the time we were kind of trying to figure out where we wanted to go to college, and had registered for this accounting. Was it an accounting?
Yeah, accounting program.
Accounting program at Howard, and we had groups, little camp groups.
Yeah.
And I just remember us meeting, right? ACAP. Were we in the same little group or no?
I think so. It was a lot of us, but I think we was the ones that clicked with a few other people, and it was we was in ACAP, and it was a vibe.
Yeah, we had our own little kind of clique there.
Yeah.
And I just remember you being that person that you just were making me laugh, and
whoa, I'm
that's a good thing. That's a great way to be remembered. But that's how I remember us meeting.
Wilding.
All of us were also super smart too. So
I wonder what I was
fun.
doing. I was just chilling. I feel like, the crazy part, I didn't even want to go.
Really?
Yeah, I was enjoying my summer too much. It was I forgot I signed up for this. And my mom was like, nah, you already signed up. You got to go.
You're going, right?
And I'm like, yo, I don't want to go. I'm having mad fun for the summer.
You didn't want to go?
No, I didn't want to go. But that's important. Even sometimes when you don't want to do stuff, you can find out the value in it.
Exactly.
Once you do it. So that's a very important point I just want to make too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't want to go.
Yeah, and even to your point, even when you have experiences like that and you push yourself to go, I feel like it's not just in the moment that you see the results, right?
Yeah.
The most important part is really, I think, us still being friends.
Facts.
After years later, what was that, 5-6 years ago?
I feel
at this point?
It's about to be a decade. Excuse me, it's about to be a decade.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Now we feel old.
Yeah.
But us still just keeping that relationship, being cool, supporting each other, staying in touch, even when you don't know what that person's gonna end up doing. I love that you stayed in touch with me too.
Nah, for sure. Like I said, the crazy part, I didn't want to go, but then I felt the way. I was emotional leaving. I ain't even gonna lie.
Right, we all became
this
friends.
entire week, it was just nothing but straight
so
fun and
fun.
great relationship and vibes all around from everybody.
Yes.
Even all the experience from the counselors, the students or whatnot.
Right.
The entire experience is dang. I didn't even want to come here, but now I gotta go.
I
was so sad getting on that flight, going
Man.
back. But nah, it was lit, and I actually wrote about it because at this time I was talking about writing a lot. Well, I was learning more about writing. I would say, not even talking about it a lot, but the importance of writing your ideas and your thoughts down, your emotions and stuff like that. So I think when I got back to, I think it was New York or Georgia, I got back to whatever. I think I flew to New York first. And I wound up writing down my entire experience. My uncle was telling me about the importance of it, and I wound up writing down the entire experience. I might actually have to find it because I think I wrote. I think I wrote at least 2 or 3 pages about my experience, and it was really I really digested everything. So that's
I love
important.
that you did that.
Nah, for sure, because writing is important.
And even after, I remember leaving the program, we were all trying to say that we were going to go to Howard. And we were all trying to match it up. We were like, yeah, you're applying this year. Because we were kind of different years. And nobody ended up going.
I don't think nobody ever went. I think only one person went. I can't remember bro name.
From Chicago. She went, I think.
Okay. I thought it was a guy. I think it was Garrett or something. I think he went. He was from Chicago too.
Garrett.
Yeah. So shout out to him. Wherever you at, bro.
Man. Right.
Yeah,
shout out to all them.
Nah, facts. So like I said, I didn't want to go, but what deterred me was when I found out that bag they wanted. I'm not taking out $50,000 a semester.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to give me the honorary degree one day. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Then like I said, I still tell people I kind of went to Howard. That Howard.
That little experience counts.
Yeah, I'm jacking it. I don't care what nobody says.
I don't know. You might not get away with that one.
I mean, that's fine. I'm still jacking it. Nah, but shout out to everybody at Howard, yo. But now, so this is a healthcare company, so it's very important that you're on. I know this is just one small part of it, because what you do, I'm gonna let you tell it better on what you do, but what you do is so important to our livelihood. And when I say us, I mean men and women, not just women or not just men. It's important for everybody's sake, and I also let you go into how your grandmother got you started in this as well. So
yeah. So I am a stretching and mobility coach. Just honestly, I like to say I'm like a health person overall, because everything health, like I love what you have going on, but everything health related I love. But I got into stretching from my grandmother. She actually passed away 2021, late 2021.
Condolences.
But yeah, I mean, she lived a long time, so I always tell people thank you. Right? But yeah, she lived to 94, y'all, and she and I had a very close relationship. So ever since I was young, she was actually a professional dancer.
Okay.
And she didn't join a dance company till she was 50 years old, which is actually pretty crazy in the dance world, or if y'all are familiar. And throughout her life, she basically attributed like staying healthy and not feeling old to her ability to stretch and stay fit and just take care of her body, like stay moving basically. And she taught me all of her ways. So like I would go with her when I was little, not thinking anything of it, like I would go with her. She would be teaching a dance class. I would just be sitting there watching her teach. We would also do performances together. So she would be in her late 80s when I was younger. So she would be doing like the splits with me, like in her 80s, just splits, leg up in the air. When we go to the grocery store, she just walks up to random people like, hey, like her name was Millie, like I'm Millie, and she just like would lift her leg up. No, they'd be like, what? Be weak in the middle but they would love that. Like they would love her energy. I
would be weak. Yeah, no, that's love.
Nah, like any just random person.
Yeah.
And she would just make their day. Everybody would be like, dang, like how do you look so good? Because she didn't look like she was in her 80s or 90s. You might think she's 70 maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, she would always attribute that. People would be like, dang, like, how do you do that? Like, what's your secret? Like, how can I get like you? And she would always say,
the pictures of her, like showing, because hey, we're gonna chop that up for real. Because I seen.
We'll definitely go into it. But she would say it was because of her stretching and mobility. So she taught me how to do all that stuff, and up until her last days, I kind of carried it on. So still
I'm
doing
glad to hear. I wish I could have met her. Wait, sorry, say that again.
I was saying I'm still doing it now to keep her legacy going.
Correct.
Okay. For me, that's what that's I guess how I lead my life now. I feel like it was in my purpose and my plan to just kind of like keep her principles going, because we were super tight, like, and she really taught me like, hey, I need you to teach people this, like they need to know it, especially people of color, like everybody, like you said, men and women, but like we as a society and as our culture, like we need that a lot. So
no, for sure. And like you said, it's really important. I know we're going to talk about that more, but like you said, you are keeping it going at the end of the day, and I commend you for that. Like I said, it's really important, whether everybody sees it or not yet, but it's really important. And I like I said, I seen the photos of her, so to see how healthy she was and to see where she was at, like that's nothing but commendable.
Thank you.
So and you keeping it going is like even better, because that's what it's about, keeping it going. Like you said, for the healthy side of it, and that's why you have to be on today.
Definitely,
because it's so important for sure.
At
the end of the day, what unfortunately, obviously she passed. When did she pass?
So she passed.
At what age? I'm sorry. What age?
What age? So she was 94.
94. Okay.
94. Yeah, and that was the end of 2021, like late July. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I think I seen that on your profile. So I just wanted to make sure 94. So and you said obviously she looked a lot younger. From what I've seen, I was like agreed, and I think I definitely would have been laughing a lot. I think that's funny at the same time. Well, it's funny all around. Just the fact she would come into the store and do that, because it's not too many people that age or even near there that can do that. Unfortunately, but what you're doing is we're changing that stigma, and that's what it's about with us too, changing that narrative, switching it up a lot.
Oh yeah,
because it's so vital. So what with that being said, what's the physical, obviously we see that was still going to physical, what's the physical benefits, the top benefits that you can gain, well, we all can gain from stretching and mobility from what you teach?
Yeah, I would say first is just like your overall range of motion. So just like I like to work with, and for anybody who may not be like super flexible, because I feel like it's all about taking people where they're at, right?
Agreed,
so like some people come from a background where they might be super flexible, but a lot of people nowadays, they don't even know where to start, you know? So that range of motion is a huge benefit, just getting people to improve the range of motion, whether they can't even touch their toes from a seated position, like that's a huge benefit. Another one that like my grandma really would stress is improving posture.
Okay.
So like a lot of people, that's a whole nother topic, but posture.
No, we talk about it.
People's posture is like awful nowadays, especially with like people since the pandemic, people working at a desk, you know, they're sitting at a desk all day like this, and then that leads to back pain and like so many other things. So if you can stretch specifically like your back and stuff, that'll help you with your posture.
Okay.
Coordination as well. So just like overall movements, flexibility. Those would be the main
benefits
ones. I mean, I think another big one is relieving stress. I don't think there's definitely like some scientific evidence back there to back that one up, but still more to come for that. But from me and my experience, it's definitely helped me with relieving stress, just like helping me feel better overall. Like it's not just a physical thing, but that was something else that she felt was it helped her to stay mentally strong and young. Because, you know, when you get older, like your brain kind of starts to lose its connections. Right. But if you stay mobile in your body, that translates to keeping you sharp in the mind too. So it can help you with stress relief. I know a lot of like yoga positions too will also help with that stress relief. So
no, facts. I'm glad you said it, because there's a few things I even want to take out of that. For one, it's the fact, like you said, I want to say first, actually, let me say this. The fact that she did that there, I think is, like you said, when you get there, it's just natural for our bodies to go there to start forgetting things, but you working out can actually keep you sharp. So the fact that you were doing it young, obviously I got to do better at stretching or whatnot. And that's why I wanted appreciate it. But the fact that's what I'm saying, we can't wait till we get to a certain age. And I love the fact that that's what you always pushing, because obviously when you get there, not saying it's not possible, but it makes things harder. But we start when we're young at our ages or even younger, and keeping this consistently, the trajectory is way different.
Oh yeah.
So
great point.
Nah, for sure. And what I also wanted to say also out of that is, like you said, with posture, I don't know if you recommend this, but obviously, like I said, I stretch after. I do a light stretch before working out, and then like a more heavy stretch after. But I like to work out with a 20-pound vest on. So it's like, I like to do that. And I feel like I've noticed a difference with my posture with having that on, even from working out with it. But then after the fact, for like consistency, because I do it consistently with it, I see how my posture, like walking around, is a lot different. Because I know before it wasn't intentional, but you could be like slouched down, just walking around so normal. But working with that, it's like it forces it to be like that. So even when I take it off, it helps. The fact you said that, I think that's important. So do you recommend that, what you would say?
I actually haven't tried that, but that's a great idea. I'm gonna have to try it.
I'm about to go up on weight next.
I'll definitely, when I do it, I'm gonna shout you out too. I'm like, he told me to try this.
I'll be feeling like 19 keys walking around after I get done with that. So yeah, shout out to Keys.
But I mean, I do, knowing like if you're carrying that 20 pounds, I feel like it definitely could have a positive effect on your posture.
Sure.
I'll have to try it. But mentally too, because it's like, you're not just working on your own weight, but you have extra weight. So you're kind of overworking your muscles. And then when you take it off, it's just like with weights or anything, it feels easier. So your body kind of naturally goes back to that.
Agree. So
I love that you do that.
I appreciate it. And then you already covered it. I was gonna go that next, like you said, the spiritual effects and mental effects that she did, because I think these things are vital. Like working out, like you said, helping out with the stress, but even stretching, like. I see the spiritual and mental effects it has on me for the positive. So the fact is you saying that's also why she did it. I think that's like, again, I'm glad to know I'm on the right path. So shout out to her.
Yes.
What do you think inspired her to get this started though?
I would say, I mean, you know how some things, like, at least I think everybody kind of just like has a purpose on this earth, you know?
Agreed, for sure.
And everybody finds that at different periods in their life. And with my grandma Millie, she would always tell me, it was very interesting because, you know, when I was born, maybe she was like late 70s. But so I always knew her as this very like energetic, talkative woman that she was to me when I was around. But she told me that when she was younger in life, she was actually the more quiet one. Like she was very shy. she always felt like she wasn't smart. Like she didn't even get through high school. I mean, it was different those times, but they couldn't really do that. But she just felt like she wasn't that smart. Like she grew up with low self-confidence, not feeling like she was smart. And just all of a sudden over those years, she felt like in her 50s and 60s was when she actually started to change. And when she had her dance company, when she became part of that dance company and then also started teaching the stretching classes was when she realized, like, this is my passion, I think.
Yeah.
But it took her a minute, and I think that's a lesson in itself. Like, everybody's timing is so different. It doesn't have to be, like, you don't have to find what your purpose is right now. It could be years down the line. But I think for her, it was always in her, is all that to say. Like, but the dancing definitely brought it out. And then when she started kind of getting into the fitness and wellness industry, I think that's when she developed a passion for it. But I do think it was always probably just in her. It just kind of came out more when she became a professional dancer. And another thing she always told me was, like, at that time, because, she was born in 1927.
Yeah.
So, like, at that time, fitness and health was nothing like it is now. Like, it's a trend now. Everybody works out, wants to look good or look cute. Right. It's a thing now. But, like, imagine in the 50s, 60s, that was not a thing. Like, we could barely be in the schools with with the other people,
The other people.
Right.
No, I got you.
Could barely be in the schools.
No, for real, though. You're not
or do
lying.
anything. So let alone take care of our bodies.
No, for sure. Like I said, you just said a lot in there, and it's just like what I want to say about that. For one, obviously, it's so important, and like you said, everybody's on their own pace, and I think that's very important we focus on. Like you said, because you said she was shy, she was like more quiet when she was younger, but through her experience, that eventually birthed out. And like you said, I think it's always inside of us, and I think everybody has the gifts and the resources they need within us already.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of finding them, searching them through our experiences, and really taking moments with ourselves on a consistent basis to pretty much bring those out.